I'm here with Eric Back Issue Breen, or just Eric Breen when he's feeling better.
Yeah, how's it going?
It is going well. Been enjoying the day. It's been kind of a nice day. Between 68 and 70 degrees, no humidity whatsoever. Sunny day, nice cool breeze. Man, I just been like, just chilling. It has been nice outside. Great day for reading books. That's what I spent my day doing. I was reading all my books. Uh, just kind of just enjoying the moment, man. Because I know we're gonna have some crappy weather coming soon here. It always happens. But and right now I don't smell any smoke from Canada. That's always great.
Yeah.
It's going to New York. That is bad when you see videos of New York and it looks like the Bay Area in San Francisco. So foggy, but it's not fog, it's smoke.
Yeah.
It's orange and
Yeah,
it's like
if you can't,
oh,
if you're canceling games hundreds of miles away,
yep.
or however far that is because of air quality, I can only imagine what it's like in Canada.
I had was it last week? I had some alerts saying air quality because the smoke was blowing this way, and I honestly I could smell it. I'm in. Everybody knows I'm in basically southern, basically part of Wisconsin, and Ontario is pretty. It's more than a skip, a leap, or or a car drive. Um, it's a few hours. It was at least about 10 hours or so. I imagine 10 to 15.
But at least now their prime minister can save money on shoe polish if he wants to go in blackface. He can just step outside.
I mean, the good thing is you don't have to worry about this ever happen again if all the trees burned out, right?
Hmm.
Right, that's the plan. Burn all the brush, let it go out. Once it's done, you don't have to plant anything. This I don't know. It's crazy. I'm just wondering what part is gonna burn next. And the thing that kills me is that like, if these people were smart, they're in control and they're in charge. They have all these different examples. You look around, like if California was on fire, looking at stuff. There's stuff you can do preventative maintenance to help control the burn if you get a fire. Because obviously you can't control lightning strikes, but you can go out there, you can clear dead, rotten, debris and all that stuff. Clear it out. Sure, it takes manpower, but it gives someone else a job, though.
Hey, depending on who you ask, this was either an accident or the beginning of something that I don't want to talk about. So let's talk about
yeah.
comics.
I had my conspiracy tinfoil hat on earlier.
No, and like I said, if we weren't on the air,
yeah.
But, like I said,
yes, it's not a smoke show tonight, guys.
It's all you have to do is step outside, and it's a smoke show.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you that it is. When I had it last week when it was blowing in through my window, I had to close my window. I was like, I literally thought somebody was in like my backyard burning plastic. It wasn't. It was all the smoke coming from Canada. But anyway, I got quite a few books here tonight.
Wait, shouldn't we say hi to? We said hi to Maranya, right?
Yeah.
And Undead Quinn.
Yeah, Undead Quinn, and I think that's about it. Yes.
That's easier to write.
No. Did I hear someone talking about California? I don't know. Rewind. What's up, Evil Black Cat? Yeah, Jughead, hello. All right, that's enough politics. I'm not gonna read anymore. All right. Let me show you the books that I did pick up. I haven't had a chance to read them. And some of them were from last week because they were delayed because of that car accident, the semi truck accident. Yeah, and I think you have some books tonight, right?
Two.
Hey, that's more than most people. And who knows if they're all DC or they could be indies. We don't know. All right, so
no, there wasn't. I didn't see any. I think Ambassadors came out this week, but I haven't been reading that, so I'm probably too far behind now. But so I just a couple of DCs, no Marvels. I'd rather have Root Canal.
I'd rather have red beer.
I'd rather have root beer too. I'd rather have root beer
I don't
than-
want a root canal.
Well, I'd rather have one than have to read a Marvel.
All right, so I caught up on my Hell to Pay. I did read this one. This is from a couple weeks ago. It's getting close to the end. I think there's only like 2 more issues. One came out this week, which is in my top 10. Yeah, so I caught up on this, found this, and I said, it's Charles Soule doing this, and it is Slimy or Slimy. I can't remember what his first name is. It shows me here or not. But. Will Slimy, and then Rachel Rosenberg does the coloring in here, and pretty much it's this story. In this case, it's the story about the villain you see on the front. We had no idea what his origin is, but we're getting an origin story. You know, he's got this coin here, this devil coin, that gives you a grant your wish. You know, a demon, whatever. And it's all about the whole story that Charles writes. It's pretty much about how this guy's telling when he was a kid, he was dirt poor, and he loves being poor. It's being poor was simple. You didn't have to worry about being rich. And have people backstabbing, and that's exactly what he did. He said he in debris he came around this copper coil. We could do it, so he organized a group of friends to help him. But then they turned on him, stole his money. So then as he gets he decides okay, I'll bounce back because I'm a good person. He sets up shop and then he gets basically in trouble because these people basically wanted him to peddle drugs through his market area. And he said no. So the lady who's in charge of the mob basically burns down his stand, and they beat him up. But then he decides to take her a loan from her, which surprises her and him, I guess. And he buys this house, plants his garden. But then rough winters come, and he's forced to basically, he's broke again. His wife leaves him for a rich man. Ends up becoming a gardener for this guy, and he's at this point he's at his breaking point, and he goes inside, sees this guy talking about, oh, I got this coin, he can grant you anything. He's like, yeah, but I don't need it though. He's like, but it's there in church, I need it. But then the gardener comes in, that guy, he basically kills the guy, steals the coin, and his goal is, he says he wants to take away money. He says money corrupts everybody. We need to get rid of currency. All forms of currency, all forms of money. It's like, it wants everyone to be poor, just like he is, because he was happier when he was poor. He wants everyone to be poor. And it explains why he has this machine. The demon says, in order to do this, you have to steal people's souls, turn them into coins. Once you get enough coins, and then you'll be able to make a deal with his boss, the devil. Pretty dark story. And you can see how many coins he's collected over the years. So these are soul coins. Overall, like I said, it's really interesting issue, especially tackling more of a moral aspect. Obviously he's misguided, but as far as when it comes to basically money corrupting everybody, it's been done to death before. So it was nothing really new. It was just a reminder, I guess, they say why this guy, he's not really a villain. He's a misguided anti-hero, I guess. I don't know. But whatever. He's basically he's kidnapped the main lady's husband now and is using him because, they robbed him of something else. He's getting payback, and now she wants to save him. And that's going to be the next issue I'll be talking about later on tonight. But overall, this is my first series by Charles Soule. I've never read anything by him before. Didn't read the Daredevils. I never was really into Daredevil. Chip Zdarsky's kind of Daredevil is what got me curious. I started reading that. And then, of course, I went back and read the freaking other stuff. What? What's comments is ever? Like I said, he grew up poor and, he lost his faith. All right. My next book. This came out this week. Didn't get a chance to read it, though, but you've seen me talk about it before. This is the Cullen Bunn story. This is the Nightwalkers. It's the new latest issue. This is issue 4. Looking forward to reading this.
Hey, by the way, before you go on, Jughead just say picked up Vampire All vs. Superpowers. Did number 2 come out?
I did not see it. About the nature we're on the new series in Vampiros versus Superpowers. I think the first issue came out last week.
I don't know. I lose track.
Remember it came out. You didn't buy it unless you went and bought the first issue.
No, I got the first issue.
Yes. As far as I know, the second one didn't come out.
Okay, but I think it's been more than a week though.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, looking forward to more reading of this. It's more of a vampire. It's fantasy vampires and stuff, but there's a little bit more to it. I'll let you read it. More books from last week. Will Rebirth number 2. Enjoyed the first one. I'm gonna see where this goes. It can't be any worse than what they're doing with the Spider-Man right now, or Daredevil, or Thor soon, and Hulk. But
I imagine that's probably what happens in the Strange household.
What's that?
Yeah, Clee's got him by the throat.
Actually, no.
Go to the dishes.
Well, nobody does dishes in there.
Not even Wong.
Wong is gone. Wong's been on a mission.
He's Wong gone.
Pretty much. Got the Storm issue that came out last week. Didn't get a chance to read it. And it's empty. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. And it's featured, and so I want to. Hopefully, it's better than her shitty Elektra celebration when she did. Remember last year? She had our 100th issue anniversary or something like that.
Anne's best writing is behind her.
You mean when Frank was behind her?
No. She just. I mean, I just don't think she's very left, and there were always hints of it in her writing. There's way more than just hints now.
I never read her Daredevil, but I think you said it, and I think other people said it too, that her Daredevil wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad, but there were issues where a good writer is even-handed. Like when Peter David did the capital punishment issue in the Hulk, even though he was vehemently opposed to it personally, he presented it evenly. Ann Nocenti can't do that.
All right.
And the older she gets, the less her fears.
If you want to spend $4 on a comic book that has ads, you don't have it. Get the Iron Man book that came up. So that was cool. Have the ads there. Gives you the origin of Iron Man 2 and there in the back. Here's everything. Plus the ads too. And then of course Marvel was celebrating their Holocaust hero. Sorry. But it was cool when I see these ads in there. Learn how to draw. Just all the ads in there. I said for $4 you can just read it and then frame it if you want to, and save your pennies up for the actual real one. All right, my number 10 of the week. I didn't. So this is what I was talking about before. This is the Charles Soule, Hell to Pay. She ends up basically taking Alexander the Great. You see the cover here, giving him his last coin because he was being held prisoner by the college, the organization he works for, because they were using him as a marketing tool because they wanted they're supposed to be the good guys fighting against the evil people with trying to stop the other demons and devils. So she ends up making a bargain in order to save her husband because the people she worked for don't give shit about her at all. She's just a tool to them. She frees Alexander the Great, and they're going to rescue her husband. If you want to see some of the art in here, here's Alexander when he's going crazy and just kill people. But some of the examples of the creatures. Each coin has a different devil or different demon. You can make it's almost like a crossroads demon. So now to be a crossroads, you just have a coin there, and there's always a price. So at least like that. So that was my number 10. Number 9 is Batman 136. Just felt like a freaking manga at the end of this book. It's one of the, and okay, I'm warning, there's gonna be spoilers, especially this book.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. One thing I really pissed me off is the treatment of freaking Selena Kyle being written on a character. Was just beyond horrible. She because they have shitty writers. I'm not saying Chip, but I'm just saying, well, Chip is the one who wrote the dialogue here, so you can't really discredit him. But in the Tini Howard one, she broke her after killing Belmont to save Bruce. She went to jail. She started to break herself out of jail with other inmates when Bruce said, "Are you freaking kidding me? I had lawyers there. Could have got you the legal way." She's like, "I don't need your help," and all that. So it's basically she sounded like, "I don't need no man." That's what I pretty much got from that.
Well, they're setting up the next event.
Yeah.
That nobody asked for and nobody wants.
And Oswald and Bruce finally, after coming back from all this just another dimension, he had what did he say? He said something about I was in another universe, another Gotham. There was another Selena there. I couldn't help but love her too. That's the kind of hold you have me. She betrayed me. My God, your life, Bruce. I'm not some other Selena. I'm me. And I didn't know you created some damn robot to kill yourself. He's like, I didn't know either. Wow. And you think I keep secrets from you? So apparently we learned that the what's his name? The version of him, they keep secrets.
I don't know.
Oh, it's the one back here, the one where he has the secret one he created, the purple guy. He has a yellow and a red suit. I forgot what his name is. His personality he created, the basic in case he needed to be the best Batman all time, not making mistakes. Well, he's the one.
Dur or something.
Yeah, Verdur's son, whatever.
This is only the second Batman I've read in 2 years, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's an older one, and I think it's probably from Grant Morrison's. Yeah. No, basically, he created himself a backup program to be the Batman because Batman can't be weak, and he's fighting for control because he wants to basically take control of. Zur-En-Arrh. Sorry.
Dave, that's what I was going to say.
Yes. The Batman keeps serious. So anyway, we learned that the failsafe robot wasn't even built by Bruce. It was built by possessed Bruce, his subconscious personality, fighting for control, built the robot. It's part of his grand scheme. It's just felt like it was just bad all the way through. At the end, though, we do get a story. Bruce is somebody trips the alarm at the manor. He hasn't been in the manor because we live at the Barstone, so he's afraid, what's going there. He goes there and he finds a webtoon or a manga. Hey, Bruce, it's the Bat Family manga. Everybody can just have together. You're our dad. Sit at the head of the table.
Boy, you are cranky.
I'm just saying.
Jeez, check out the guns on Wonder Woman.
I know, right? That is going to be, that might be, Howard Porter, art by Howard Porter and Giuseppe Comini. It doesn't say who does the cover for this, though.
What is it?
That is Knight's Terrors.
Oh.
But like I said, this is the crap I see the Tumblr art people like. We want them to be a family. He's their sons. He's their dad. We're just gonna have a family moment together. Everyone's gonna get together.
Look, there's nothing wrong with one scene after he's been fighting bat shark repellents.
Had this been Rico Tamaki, because that's what it
Oh,
feels like.
the bloom is off the Zdarsky rose as far as I'm concerned. But
Yeah.
but I don't. Okay, for one thing,
Here's the other thing too.
he didn't have Tim Drake prancing through the kitchen.
No, but he had him in a
If
next.
Bernard's not there.
Well, Bernard was using the bathroom.
I mean, it's like he's choosing to ignore that, which I, kind of like. And although Tim has no physique, Stephanie's arms are as big as his.
Tim looks very, very girlish in through this.
Well, I'm sure that's editorial mandate at this point.
But overall, up until this point, though,
now
the art was on par.
Ash has a good point there.
Eric isn't cranky enough.
No. Oh. Well, that's it. Give me time. No, if it's a family gathering, why are they all in costume? Oh, I know why. Because then that's the only way you can tell them apart. Because that's why everybody has different colors, different color hair in anime. Sometimes that's the only way you can tell who is who.
I mean, dear God, look at Bruce's face.
Oh, get over it. You got 8 more books. Quit crabbing and get to the gabbing.
I can't if I want to. It's my party.
It's my show.
All right, number 8. I did not know what to go with. Expecting this.
How does that one girl fight with those boobs? They're huge.
Which one? Oh, Chun-Li?
Yeah.
Have you ever played Street Fighter or seen Street Fighter?
Like that video game of my life.
Yeah. She uses her legs. She does all the kicking, jumping moves.
Why don't she just use her boobs?
Doesn't have to. And when you learn the secret about Chun-Li, her design, why her legs are so big, because the guy who created her liked it when they started making her artists started drawing her legs a little bigger. He likes thick girls. Became a leg fetish, which I'm surprised that it stuck through and nobody's canceled it yet. But anyway, it's just a cold opening as far as start. It just literally starts in the middle of the story. Yeah. Bruce's face is reflected him reading his own comic. We get Giles versus Raphael, both hot-headed. All I know they're basically each team there is the Turtles. Them is to find worthy opponents to base to fight against. Michelangelo being Michelangelo is getting food, which is reading character. He bumps into Chun-Li. Then he's basically forced to fight her later on. He ends up being which is we call it I guess choked out by her legs, which apparently it seems to be a lot of people who like Chun-Li. That's their fetish, being choked out by a hot girl. Now, I wouldn't say it's mine. I'm just seeing it on the internet. People are like, "Oh, we love this. Lucky guy." But overall, yeah. So we learned that basically that the main guy, Bison, is working with what's his what do you say his name was again? I can't remember. Stockman, which I thought Stockman was the fly he became a human fly, but it's a different Stockman. It's an alright opening, I guess, but it looks like they're just doing what Street Fighter does. Bison wants to create himself an army of super soldiers. Predictable plot. And he looks at Raphael being the prime test subject.
Ivan, do you think Pixel will lend me one of his middle fingers so I can respond to the last 2 comments?
Well, from Central Florida all the way over to Kentucky, I'm sure it'd reach.
I'm sure it would.
But yeah. The other thing here is that if you blink, you will miss it, and that's I don't even need to say the name. At this point, right there. Jenica is in this book.
Oh, of course she is.
Why? Don't know. She doesn't even fight the girl. Mikey does, and Mikey loses. He taps out because Mikey's not a fighter. He's a lover and eats pizza. But the whole plot is that fighters are going missing, and the turtles are there. Basically, both teams are going to end up, teaming up. So I don't know. It's an okay book, but it's if you're not familiar with Street Fighter, you might not like it. I don't know. But I mean, for me personally, I like it better than the Usagi Yojimbo crossover. We'll see where it goes. Alrighty. All right. Number 7 is Noctera. This book is getting better as it gets towards the end, which is scary for me because I'm used to Scott Snyder getting worse as he goes to the end. Now, maybe Zach or Ash will have a different opinion on that, but been liking it so far. Like I said, I like the art. Now, I don't know what you think. Breen, is this the art you kind of go for, or is this kind of too cartoonish?
No, that's actually pretty good art. Is that Tony Daniels still, or
Tony S. Daniels still?
Yeah, he's definitely toned down the cartoonish aspects of his art.
So he does it. Yeah, he does the cover and the interior. And I was like, cool, Optimus Prime's in here. Nope, didn't get that crossover. There's not enough leg. In the real TNT, Michelangelo can fight. He can fight in any book if he wants to. He's just been known as a guy who loves video games and eats pizza. Donatello would rather do science stuff. It's been the established thing for the past 30, almost 40 years now.
So I'm going to get Ash's opinion on something. He's come a long way since the 10th when he drew girls almost like manga where like 2/3 of their body are their legs.
Also, can somebody give you some food? I heard that stomach growl.
No, wasn't me. I wouldn't growl. No,
I heard something go. Unless there's a cat around here somewhere.
No, nothing growl. That's it.
No. All right, number 6. Purgatory Must Die. I've learned that Ray Fox is probably one of the best Dynamite writers they have, other than Dan Andek currently on there doing the Red Sonja or Vampirella stuff. I know he's written here and there, but I kind of like the as far as the art and stuff. All right, now I'll say this: the art is kind of wonky. It's kind of very indie art.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
story though, I liked it.
I priced about 50 Purgatories today, and that art would come in a distant 51st. And that's a problem with it with comics now. Is just what we accept, in art is what's acceptable in 2023 wouldn't have even gotten your calls returned 25 years ago.
Yeah. So, like I said, the art has been kind of, and it's been kind of Dynamite's. I guess their MO for a while now.
Yeah.
Great covers.
Well, they're just
so more of the art in here.
I guess if you have legitimate talent, you're taking it somewhere else.
So you saw that art, and then immediately, hey, what's this, guys? Better art. Now that's a painted cover. I don't know what the interior is going to be like, but it's Leonardo Manco is going to be doing the interior art. Overall, this was a fun, lighthearted, actually a version of Purgatory. Now, I would be curious to see what Brian Pulido would do with this character if he still had rights. But then again, I've seen Lady Death, so I'm not really sure it'd be any better. I'm not talking about past Lady Death. I'm talking about current Lady Death, the one that just came out this week. There was another one, like Chapter 6, Part 1 now. There's so many freaking like volumes of like Lady Death, but you don't hear about them because they only come out released on Kickstarter or his website. Maybe I get 1 or 2 at the shop.
Never been a fan.
I tried to, man. I tried to get into it.
I kind of didn't mind Purgatory, although there's bad girl and then there's just bitch. Chastity when she was a girl, I liked.
Yep. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, you went quiet. I thought, I'm like, did he
No,
freeze?
no. I was reading one of Ash's comments, and
Why would you do that?
I was thinking, I should start extending my pinky when I even read his comments. They're so snobbish.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, there you go. You're in the spirit.
All right, top 5.
By the way, what member of the elite is Ash going to replace?
Oh man, I don't know. I didn't watch all Wednesdays tonight. But,
I forgot it was on. I didn't start recording until 8:30.
I tried to yesterday. I started passing out, so I went to bed. I've been up since 7:00 in the morning. I read comic books and I scheduled streams and did some thumbnails for tomorrow readings. Check those out. Awesome readings. But yeah. So my number 5, and I've been looking at the books that have been coming out this week, and it was kind of hard to when I got to the top 5. What is it, 6 through 10? Where it's like, okay, that could just be, those can exchange anytime. But the top 5 is always the hardest for me because, man, a lot of books I liked equally. A lot of, and it's barely where I get one that stands out above the other one. So technically, my 5, if I really wanted to go by, grading critique, it'd be a lot different. But I go by enjoyment for me, and that's the way I would always go by stuff. The writing could be a little bland, or it could be a little bland. But if I had time reading it, that's why it goes in my top 5. All right. So my number 5 for this week. Has legs, but barely any feet. I gotta say, a lot of people are giving Mark, or not Mark, but Rob Liefeld shit because why is Rob Liefeld writing a Deadpool book? Because he's better than Alyssa Wong. Dear God, I mean, he might not. I get it. I get Rob props. He may not be the best writer or the best artist, but he loves the damn character, and he respects the fans.
Okay.
He may not always in the beginning, but he's changed.
I'm actually going to defend one of Ash's points from earlier. The comic book fans of today don't want Rob Liefeld. They want Alyssa Wong because there aren't any left because all the true fans have been driven out.
Yeah, like I said, his art isn't that great. Like I said, you look at Wolverine's face.
No, it's not, but that's not the point.
No,
Rob Liefeld has fun with comics, and there's no place for that in today's comics.
So if you haven't read Bad Blood, this is a sequel to that. Getting kid with a giant, huge gun. It's so great that when you read it, Zach pops up.
That's how I do. How's it going, guys?
You listen to Katy Perry. That's how we do.
Is that a song she has now? I had
look
no
it up.
idea.
It's getting stuck in your head.
I haven't listened to Katy.
This is how
Perry.
we do.
I don't even remember the last.
He hasn't listened to Katy Perry in weeks.
The last song she had was what was it? I Kissed a Girl? No, that was the first song. See, that's how out of touch I am. I don't even remember her songs.
Well, pretty soon when she becomes go from Katy to being someone else, like Elliot Page.
Didn't she marry? No, she married Orlando Bloom. That's right. That's
she was married. Was she married to Russell Brand for a minute?
So they were dating.
I think they were dating, and then Russell Brand probably got too based for her.
Well, I think
Katy Perry actually has her moments of being based.
Does she?
Then Hollywood takes her aside. And
I'll just say, I think the reason they didn't work out together because Russell Brand is very free spirit, anti-government.
Yeah.
Well,
she's like, these guys give me money. I'll be whatever they want as long as I stay popular.
It's kind of disappointing.
Russell gave up his Hollywood acting career.
Wow,
that's true.
We have 210 people watching now. Zach,
no, we don't. No, we don't.
Wait, they're watching
over
baseball?
To check you. It's 13 people. That's a double digit. I'll take it.
So anyway,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So Rob gives you this awesome 2-page spreads.
Did you just buy an X-Men book? Like a modern X book?
No, I bought it.
Oh.
Michael Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
How would I buy the X-Men when they're becoming villains?
I don't know.
That's right, they are villains now.
That's right. I saw that. I was like, I knew it.
If the X-Men leaders turn villain in a forest, does it make a sound?
Well, the forest makes a sound.
It says, kill me.
It says, I am Groot.
Trees are going, we died for this.
Overall, it's like I said, the art's not the best. Like I said,
It still looks like they're using young Cable.
It's older Cable.
He looks young, though.
It might be. Well, no, it is.
He's not all jacked up like he used to be.
Yeah.
He used to be like
I said,
Dwayne Johnson.
I just love the fact that Wolverine is still written as Wolverine. Wolverine's there because they want to get revenge on Weapon H for what they did to the. Wolverine hates Weapon H. Doesn't like him. Deadpool wants to get revenge on Weapon H because they what they did to his friend, turned him into because he had his friend, his childhood friend. They basically followed him around, looked up to him, and then when Wade got powers, his friend wanted to be just like him, wanted to know where Wade was. They took him and they experimented on him, and now he's that giant machine you see that they're going up against in the right here that the beginning. And so Wolverine reluctantly has to work with Deadpool. He says, Deadpool, it's like you surprised. I love he's like, you know what? You actually said something that actually made sense. And then Deadpool says something else. He's like, I take it back. But he sends him to Madripoor. Yes. For those who don't know what that is Tiger. And I don't know.
Looks like the Blob.
Wow, that is. There's bad art, and then there's that.
It's not great.
Oh no, that stands out as bad art in that book.
So Deadpool wants to get a help of Tiger because they fear that Thumper, basically the character, is going to go he's going to turn out or fight just basically kill all the criminals in the world, basically going around, and he's going there and he goes to recruit her, get her help, but she's like, you need to prove yourself. So he ends up
hold that page up again.
Which one?
That double page spread. Her head is noticeably bigger than his.
Is it?
Yes.
Whose?
The woman
Look at that 90s image head on that guy.
That's a girl.
He doesn't have a neck.
Wait, the guy next to Tiger.
Yeah.
That's a girl.
No, don't say that. The chunky guy?
Right there? That's a girl.
Yeah, that's
on the
standing next to the girl in the red dress.
Yeah, and the gray. That is a girl. Mohawk.
With the wrestler's belt.
Wow. Yes, because they're all women there, pretty much.
Dear God.
Except for that guy.
All right, move on to the next book.
Wow, you paid for that. I don't want to hear any criticisms about my books.
Yeah, in fact, I might have to take some stuff back up and say about Rob.
Wade doesn't kill the guy. Instead, he takes the guy's balls. Gives her the trinket. Because that's what Wade does. But overall, it turns out she betrays him. She's fallen in league with this guy, and yeah. So overall, I'm waiting for the next issue. I enjoyed this issue. And then we get.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. This is because wait, it's not Shatterstar. That's
Shattered Dream.
Shattered Dream, and they made her. Is she the gay one? Because Shatterstar wasn't written gay, but people wanted him to be.
No, Shatterstar's gay.
Shatterstar is gay. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell he's gay because Marvel doesn't use him. Because they've already retconned his sexuality.
Right.
So, I mean, Rob Liefeld.
Jeremy Jr.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I did too, like 40 years ago.
Wow, there's Well, we just found out. We just found a way to make JR's art look decent. Show it after Liefeld.
Yeah, I actually does the opposite because Ramita sucks. Look at Tombstone. Look how small Tombstone is.
Look, Ramita is Neil Adams compared to Rob.
Ramita
Liefeld.
compared to Mark Bagley's a better artist than him.
No way.
Yes.
Better than who?
I don't get the appeal of Mark Bagley.
Better than Ramita Jr.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get the appeal.
I'm not a fan either, but he's better than what Ramita has become. Yes.
Ramita back in the day when he had a good anchor, he had Claus Janson and the other, he actually did some good art. Now he just does his own inking, I guess. But anyway, number 4 is a book that Marani and I have been kind of bonding on. If we're reading this, I got the Bob Lane cover.
I know what it is. Oh, are they finally ending that connecting cover series?
It's still going, man. It's still going.
That cover has more issues than most of Marvel's modern series.
It's number 7 of connected covers. It's still going.
Oh, that's crazy.
We get this was just fun, man. As Marani said, this is a 4.5 out of 5. She gave it.
What?
Yeah. Mainly because you see Rhodey teaming up with Stark, and this one Stark wants to break into his basically his facility there because he does his own work in this book, unlike the RPG. So he goes up to this place. He's where they're building the Sentinels. Tells everybody hey, go home early and then call in sick. Come in late tomorrow. Don't worry about this. He said he finally he's addressing. Remember that stockpile of armor and all the basically military tech that he bought in nearly bankrupt his company. Decided to basically use it to good use, and he took some of those devices and he's going to blow up the Sentinel factory. That way, they can't use his armor. He says, "I don't care if I go to jail, whatever. I do not want my tech being used to murder a bunch of people."
What's number 8 going to have in it?
Number 8's going to have it. Wow.
Demoran, you said the sad part is what number 8 will have in it.
Number 8 is going to have the Hellfire Gala tie-in.
Oh, how about that? Hey, I got an idea. How about if the Hellfire Gala crosses over with Night Terrors and we just all quit comics?
The Night Gala Terror? What?
The Night Gala? Some of the Night Terror stuff looks somewhat interesting.
So Night Gala Terror. I could call that, yeah. Basically, he's in there, and you see him in there planting the bombs inside the factory. In there, and he flies out. So we're going to believe that's Tony in the armor, but it's actually not. It's Rhodey's wearing the Iron Man armor in this one, and Tony's got his new stealth suit that he made, so he could go in and basically learn what their targeting program is. And through this, we learn that basically that he thought the Sentinels were going to go after the mutants. No, they're programmed to go after mankind and mutants alike. They're setting it up, so basically that's the new targets for the event.
It's smart to expand your customer base.
Yeah,
it's like the opposite of comics.
Yeah, right. Of course, this backfires because Rhodey was not going to be seen there. He's going to go to his war machine and get out of there, but it happens. He ends up getting caught in the blast. He ends up being surrounded. And, of course, at the end, he gives our villain, and he's there with Sinister and Nimrod. And they killed the innocent worker. And basically said, because the whole point was that Tony did not want to have any casualties. So he calls She-Hulk, hey, what's our deal? America's retainer, we paid you, right? And it turns out they killed the worker and made it look like, that he was killed in the factory explosion. And now Rhodey is now wanted for murder. He's basically in jail.
What?
Yes. And then
they actually imprisoned the black guy? Wow, the stones on Gary Duggan.
Zach's impressed. Zach likes.
I don't like. I'm just impressed that modern Marvel somebody okayed a black guy
That's
getting
the
falsely
preview for the next
imprisoned.
issue.
Shocking.
And then we had the Blade, which no one cares about. And now I heard a rumor that they canceled the Blade movie.
No, it's the writer's strike. Got in the
Oh.
way of rewriting it or
Keep that strike going. All right, so my number 3 for this week. It was nice. It feels like almost like a thicker book, but maybe it's a quality paper. That's why thicker. But it's a book.
There was at least one or two thicker books this week. Yeah.
So, and this is a book that I had no idea what was going on, but the payoff is at the very end of this book.
That was definitely a thicker book. That was one of the thicker ones.
Yeah,
I think that's why it costs more. Is the bigger one.
Hellfire God should be on the lesbian orgy to celebrate Pride Month. Pride people embracing too. Oh, I'm reading the emoji sign because it doesn't give you the emoji. It just says Pride people embracing too in the StreamYard.
Don't use the emojis, Ash. You only embolden them. Gosh.
Miller puts in political correctness in his books. Example on that base. That's the one thing. Ash, if you have not read this book, I need you to step away because I'm going to be talking about the book. And one of the reasons why there's 2 reasons I really love that the end. But
I know one of the reasons.
Oh, well, because it was a classic bait and switch.
I know.
I was expecting it, and that's great because it just made the character so much better, more interesting. But overall, the villains show up, and they basically get this free for all fight between the villains and the heroes in this. Spoiler: the heroes win. We even get a new member who joins the crew at the end. The villain gets a gory death, unexpectedly. And I'm just gonna say, Matteo Scalera's art is just beautiful. That is a soul punch, or I guess we would call it.
That is a Mortal Kombat finisher.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I can't see your emoji when you do that. It's blocked by StreamYard. It just gives it described in text. So I apologize. I'll look at it later. But overall, I do love this, and this is the big spoiler. If you have not read this, it's a huge spoiler, even bigger than what I showed you. There's a character from Australia in here who had originally said that he was gay. Turns out he lied. He only did it because he said, I told him what these fucking leftists wanted. They wanted to hear it, so they gave me powers, get me out of the wheelchair. He used them. He's like, I'm not actually gay. Nate, it's a fucking scam.
Wait, what book is this?
Ambassadors. The Mark Millar book.
He lied to the main girl and said he was actually gay, closeted, and that's why. So he basically, sweet talked her into allow him to be eligible to get out of his wheelchair because he had emphysema and all that stuff. He had to actually, and so he's like, I love it. Yeah, yeah. So I love it. You like a.
So what? I'll bet you there's no blowback on Twitter because they know that that's a target that he's not a soft target. They'll just tell him to go fuck off, so they won't.
Yes, I asked Ash. I did say I was going to spoil the series. That's why I said Ash. Spoilers.
He literally just did say Ash. He did before you started talking about it.
I said it like twice.
No, you said it once. You didn't say it twice.
I should have said it twice.
You might. Yeah, you might. You probably should have.
No, but overall, though, I do like how it ends, and then the little cliffhanger ending. I won't spell that for Ash, so Ash has at least to look forward to, since he probably hasn't read it.
Well, now I can just skip to the last page.
Yeah. Wait, you mean this page? Spoiler.
Don't Oh, okay. I was about to say, don't spoil again. Don't spoil it for me again.
Yeah. No. Honestly, August 9th is when the first volume comes out, so I'll be buying the first volume trade. But
Nice.
it is definitely is a thicker book. It was a fun read. Really, I love the ending of this. I said when I thought, man, are you going to keep this villain around? You find out who the traitor is, and all this. It just wraps
Called
up.
that, by the way. I called that 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah. But fun book. Exciting. When you find out who the traitor is, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's like it's that person. It's like, really, you know, just a fun book overall. It made up at the end. I was kind of leery of the last 2 issues. I was like, come on, okay, this better pay off. It's got one freaking issue left to wrap everything up, and I was like, and it did. He stuck the landing. Number 2 is Shazam. Another fun book, man. Honestly, it's Billy Batson versus the gods that he gets his powers from. They didn't consent. They didn't consent their powers be taken by the wizard and given to this kid who basically makes a buffoon out of using their powers. And now they want to control him, and get some revenge. And spoiler, here's a DC Pride thing in the back. So. Yeah, like I said, there is one thing though. Psycho Pirate does show up in this book, and I gotta say, the way they draw Psycho Pirate's helmet, he looks like Iron Man, with the Bendis armor, his golden mask, how it's just the way it's designed, pretty cool. But yeah, here I'll show you right here. I'll show you this. Here's Psycho Pirate there. That is Iron Man helmet right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's not that different than his original helmet design.
Yeah. It just really feels like yeah. Oh yes, and Mr. Dinosaur comes back. We have no idea where this is going, but everybody's just it really says scary how everybody's just comfortable with this talking dinosaur wearing a monocle. Yeah, see where's on his own eye, he has a monocle.
He's a fancy dinosaur.
Yeah, Mr. Fancy Dinosaur. That's what he calls him. Yeah. And he's being charged because the last issue, Billy helped him get home, but he's being charged for breaking all these international space laws because he used magic instead of science.
It's safe, Ash. You don't read DC books. I think you're safe.
Yes. Yeah. But fun book. Check it out, man.
Question.
Yeah.
For young black girl characters, is there a second hairstyle?
Cornrows. I've seen that before.
Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't. I've just seen the thing
It's
that
been a
look
while.
like headphones.
The space buns.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason they kept it with this because she has the same.
That's what she had in the movie, I think.
This is the
why.
movie version.
Every character has this.
Yes, but the movie though, that's been their go-to.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to keep it just like the movie. So if you watch the movies, this ties into it, so it's kind of linking. Unlike Marvel,
It doesn't tie into it. It just uses the same concept.
It's the same version.
They shouldn't. They're two different things. The industry will never learn that, and that's unfortunate. If you're going to do just like the movies, then do a movie adaptation series.
All right.
Evil black cat. Stop calling out Eric Green. He can wear a monocle if he wants.
Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I did miss Evil Black Cat's burns. That was pretty good.
You didn't miss anything. They never change. See, Ash agrees with me.
I don't pay attention. Whether character little girls are in books that you were watching or reading.
I'm saying in books, in movies, and
To
TV.
be fair, it's been that way since the 90s.
I'm saying
70s, 80s.
I'm just saying I've
No,
noticed that.
I know. Cosby Show. A girl had little buns. Maybe they're limited to hairstyles. Who knows?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's just weird. Just notice that they all have the same hairstyle.
Oh, of course, final book, the best book, is Flash 800.
Before you talk about that, I just want to say one thing about that.
Yes.
Thank you to DC for having 5 stories and $5 instead of 9 stories for $9, so you could add an Alyssa Wong, a Danny Lore, a Pika Stephanie, and a Megan Fitzmartin. Thank you, DC. Go on.
I do have to say, this is the first anthology book in a while where it's like I've actually been interested in what each writer brought to the table.
Yep.
Because usually it's like I see 1 or 2 and I'm like, oh, I'll check out those.
I mean, you get the five stories in order is Don't Come to Central City, written by Jeremy Adams, drawn by Fernando Passarin.
Mm-hmm.
Second story, written by Mark Waid. It's called The Max in the Mirror. Todd Knock does the pencils and ink, and it's a fun story with Impulse with Max Mercury and Barry Allen. Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Flash Family, Josh Williamson with Carmine, and I look at this. Is it? I'm like, I almost said Infantino. I was like, that's not Infantino.
That'd be me, Trek.
Yeah, GM. You know, he just took old art and just what Saban does. Power Rangers. You just, someone fill in the blanks. I forgot which Josh Williamson what that was, but I do remember liking it.
The Josh Williamson one was the Barry.
Oh yes, and well, they're children too.
Yeah.
Everything. Well, yeah, it was very touching, and in the same sentimental as I talked about Doctor Strange issue last week, where he has to sing his parlay once a year. Well, Barry and Iris have this date thing they do every year, an anniversary stuff. They go to the place where they met. Just got together, but then they use the cosmic treadmill, and and I love how Iris says, like, "Are you allowed to use it?" He's like, "Don't worry, it's like my car. I know what I'm doing. I'll drive." And then we get Blitz back, written by Jeff Johns, which is an interesting story. Characters brought back. And I'm curious where the character is going to go into, because it's now brought back into continuity. Will this character be in a future Justice League or Justice Society or Stargirl? I mean, I would love to see this character cross over with other characters, than just Flash. That's been one of the problems, I think, with a lot of the villains. They don't really go outside, like the only time I've ever seen Joker go to anywhere else, he went to Central City, face the Flash, lost, and then he went to Injustice, went to go against Superman, and won because he was in easy mode. Anyway, the last one is Cy Spurrier, and it is Mike Deodato Jr. It is a very, very dark issue.
Not so much, I don't think.
With Deodato.
Jeff Johns' issue was much darker, I thought, in terms of writing.
This felt like Justice League dark to me, a little bit.
You go ahead. I'll talk about it when it's my turn. But
Orania says Cy's story was one of Claudia's because of both story and art. So that being said, I give this book a 4.5 because of that story. And it's a prelude setting up, and I'm thinking like, dear God, I hope it gets better.
A prelude or a prelude?
Well, you need prelude before you read this. Lots of it.
That's funny.
Yes. And of course, what it says, the Forging the Future, One Hero at a Time, it's called Betrayal. Flash the Betrayal. And then if you want, you can just look at, oh my gosh, look, is that a girl on there? No, it's John. And it's Tim. And then the handicap Flash. But yeah, I was wondering where all of the other people I don't read went to. But I do like that variant though, the classic style.
I do like that art style.
The Fiddler.
School.
You want to read about a character but coming out and saying he's gay? Yeah, read The Flash. I believe it was Mark Waid's run
Might have been.
with the Fiddler. But yeah. But don't worry, guys. DC Prize being written by Grant Morrison, Nicole Maines, Christopher Cantwell.
Am I supposed to care about any of this?
Nicole Maines is Dreamer from CW, Supergirl.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't care.
Christopher Cantwell is a guy who can't write well.
Right.
And Grant Morrison is a guy who doesn't know how to write anymore. And he's also non-binary. So he's not alive. But okay, that's it for my book, Zach. I think I'll let Breen's back.
Let Breen go because
Breen's got two issues.
I had a birthday blowout at the LCS, and so I picked up a good chunk of back issues. So let Breen go ahead.
Really quick, let me see. Undead Wakuna was posting his books. His number 5 was Sam Julian's Queens of the Lost World, number 1. Sword and Sorcery. His number 4 was the North Valley Grimoire, number 1. It's a fun book. Yeah, that's the one I didn't get a chance to. It's from last week. Let me read it up. So, some of that book, and then he said his number 3 is Purgatory Must Die, which one I did. This series was whole of With Me. I need better art in the books. Whole middle ground with me. Okay. 2 was Phantom Road. Number 4, which came out. Anybody still reading that other than Dundee Quinn? Truckers versus Angels or something? I don't know.
I think I read the first issue of that.
Yeah.
Was that the Jeff Lemire book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the trucker wakes up and the girl, they're in a different thing. And they're like,
I did read the first issue. It was all right. The art.
And then number 1 is Astro Bots, number 2. It's a must read. The characters in this world are written so well. The art is just amazing. All right. So, Breen, are you ready, sir?
Did we just lose him?
He just muted himself. I don't know. But I know he had 2 books, but I'll let you go first, I guess, if he's not going to show up.
Oh, there he
Yeah,
is.
sorry about that. Someone got on pipe. I had 2 books, Batman, Flash. We've covered them both. On to you, Zach.
All right.
Wow. Okay. I guess he just wanted to get the rating space up there. Okay, so because I was not here last week, some of my books, they are from last week, so I apologize.
I will say this to counter the ratings. It is true on Tuesday nights, but on last Thursday I went by myself, and I held numbers.
Was it just you? You didn't have Breen or anybody?
Didn't have Brain. It was just me.
How long was that stream?
An hour.
An hour?
Well, my normal time I do 45 minutes.
But did you have back issues or was it just new books?
Yeah, I had some back issues.
Okay.
And then I also have some books too.
Okay. Alrighty. So I've got all in all here, I think I've got like 10 books. No, I've got 9. 9 books. So 4 from last week and 5 from this week. So bottom of the pile, I picked this up just on a whim. We got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter crossover. Didn't really know what to expect. I'm not a diehard Street Fighter or TMNT fan. But the cover looked cool. Look, it's got Ash's favorite turtle right there. Jenica with the Wolverine claws.
She is on the cover. I didn't see that.
She is on the cover, yeah.
I must have mentally blocked that from the reading.
I don't mind a female turtle, but you couldn't have given her a name that goes with the other Italian artists.
Why didn't the female go against the female?
You couldn't call her Mona Lisa or anything. I don't know. Yeah, the art was all right. The art was very, very 90s looking. I think it matched with the vibe of Street Fighter more than Turtles, but it was all right. I don't know if I'll pick up issue number 2. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of either franchise.
Dude, it is definitely Street Fighter in art because you see the size of their feet, Ken and Rio's, compared to everyone else. It was like 4 feet put together. It was like Hulk feet.
Yeah, it was a very large feet, very like big bulky biceps and everything. Not enough Chun-Li, and then no Cammy makes us a 0 out of 10. on the
One
Street
thing I
Fighter
didn't know
scale.
about that book, though, because we don't know what time period this is supposed to be when they met. All I know is that neither one of them were shocked to see the other one. As far as as far as seeing the turtles, because at this point in the comic
Yeah.
books, we know that the turtles are no longer a secret like they were in the cartoon series.
Right. It's like that was weird to me too. It's like the turtles are supposed to be secret, so why are they out at like this?
Yeah, can you imagine they had the jackets on with the brown hats and then the face,
Yeah,
the Groucho masks.
right. All right, next on the list, a little bit lower than past ones have been, but this is Scorched. This is issue number 18. No, Rhaegar did not get Street Fighter 6, by the way. This was kind of a downer of an issue. So, first of all, if you haven't been reading Scorched, I am going to have some mild spoilers here.
Well,
So I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
From last week's.
Yeah, this is one of last week's. So yeah, I just meant for the series overall. So one of the characters on this cover is not on the team anymore, which bummed me out because he was my favorite one. And then by the end of this issue, another favorite character of mine doesn't appear to be on the team anymore. So unless Todd McFarlane or Sean Lewis, unless they have some kind of resurrection story coming up, getting kind of bummed. But overall, it is fairly interesting.
Another character that's on the cover isn't even in the book.
One comes in at the very end. One
Haunt.
Yeah, this guy.
Haunt is not. He's not even in the issue.
Yeah, he's not even in here. It's mostly Medieval and Monolith and She Spawn, and then you have a few other.
I call it Hulk Spawn, Black Widow Spawn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
exactly right. Next up on the list, we have number 8. This is Noctera. Number 15, we have these godlike luminous beings now, which are kind of interesting, kind of creepy. So Blacktop Bill is back being a villain, and that's really cool. I really enjoy that. A lot of stuff. Emery, the little brother, has actually taken more of a spotlight than the girl has.
Nice,
which is interesting. Yeah, because he has like he has a little bit, but I enjoy it though. Yeah, this kind of picked things up for me. The last couple of issues I felt were kind of a dip, but this is starting to ramp it back up. I feel like the series probably, if it does get to issue 20 will probably be the finale, because it does feel like they have an end goal in sight. But yeah, overall good story. I mean, Tony S. Daniel's still doing the art, so it's still really pretty to look at. Blacktop Bill continues to be one of the best villains in comics, bar none. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. All right, number 7, Ram V, Detective Comics. I thought this was Solomon Grundy at first. And it might be Solomon Grundy, but there's no Solomon Grundy in this book. This was good though. This is probably one of my favorite ones that Ram V did. It's a lot of action. There's not really any build up here. You have Batman taking out bad guys that he knows weaknesses to now. You get to see Nightwing and Cassandra Cain do like this support capacity. Nightwing's tossing out jokes kind of like he does. Pretty cool story so far.
Also, kids, know that this book is out of continuity because or the spirit world that one is, because she's right now, Cassandra Cain is trapped in an alternate world.
Excuse me. Well, you also just had Batman, where Batman came back from an alternate reality. So, I mean, there's that
doesn't
too.
tell anybody about his hand.
I don't know if it's so much that it's out of continuity. Maybe it's just like Marvel does, where they'll have Thor on an Avengers team, but then in his own book, he's off in space on some journey. So maybe it's just out of the timelines.
You look at the issue 20, it isn't She-Hulk.
All right. Next up, I know you talked about this. I know you like this a lot. This is Torrent.
Oh,
this is number 4.
I love that.
This is the one where she goes after essentially
Tower
the Justice League of that world, basically. Yeah, Tower of Babel style. Really, the one thing I wish that they had done different is I wish they would have set up the other characters a little bit more, because you're pretty much just finding out about them as she's fighting them. And like there's one or two details that like, oh, that might have been good to know maybe beforehand. It might have raised the emotional stakes a little bit. You know, she's fighting a superhero that's essentially an ex-boyfriend, And so with everything happening there, you're like, oh, I don't really have any connection here because I'm just finding out about this guy.
But I love the joke she says, like, Kate, don't judge me. I was young.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But overall, this was really good.
Well, he's also a tentacle plant monster, like Swamp Thing.
Yeah, he's a swamp.
That's what she's saying. Don't judge.
What do they call him? Swamp Thing or something? Sea Thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and we get down. That's actually my number 5. So Torrent number 4 is my number 5. This is really good too. Guggenheim. This is probably my favorite thing that he's written.
Justin Greenwood's
art is also really good.
It grew on me. At first, I didn't like the first issue, but then I was like, dude, the art got better.
Art, it does. Yeah, the art and the color style, I like it a lot. There's this whole part right after she takes out the Superman stand-in. There's like this old guy walking his granddaughter down the street, and he's like, she's talking to him, and he's like, oh, now you're taking out the heroes. And she's like, it's complicated. And the old man's like, yeah, it's the thing about good and evil. They're not supposed to be complicated. And I was like, oh, that was a really cool scene.
There is no gray. It's black and white.
Yeah, exactly. I love that scene. That was really cool.
My title, man.
If this gets made to a movie, I want it to be like Morgan Freeman or something. Anyway. All right.
It'll be CW. Don't worry.
Number 4. CW ain't getting Morgan Freeman. All right. We got Shazam number 2, Man versus Myth. This is my number 4. RDV told you pretty much the gist of it. The gods are kind of fighting over Billy Batson's powers because he has the powers of all the gods.
There's more to it. I didn't talk about anything else. There is stuff with Freddy and
there's a prelude. They do like some epilogue stuff. It looks like Mary Marvel is going to have a story going into the Night Terror bit. Freddy's trying to get, because apparently, so Billy has all of his powers. Mary got her powers from some other god.
Well, no, all the female gods.
The female gods, right? They gave Mary their powers, basically. Yeah. So Freddy, though, does not have the Captain Marvel Jr. powers like he used to have. And in fact, Billy can't share his, like you said, he can't share his powers with his family anymore. So Freddy's he wants to get his own powers back, just so that he could, at least be kind of normal.
Explores the Rock Eternity.
The Rock of Eternity, yeah. But yeah, overall, Mark Waid, I mean, not surprisingly, given his current track record, he pretty much nails it with this. He writes Billy as a teenager. He's a kid. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It's really the personality of the kid, the younger version from Shazam 1 movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really good. I like it a lot. I mean, Psycho Pirate was a really cool villain. I haven't read him in anything recently, so it was really cool to see him pop up again. And also just seeing how he fights them and how Psycho Pirate works the crowds and everything against them. I thought was really cool.
It's interesting too. I'm like Psycho Pirate. He does mind control, but wait, he can't mind control. Magic.
Right?
Cancels it out, but
Yeah.
So I was like, it was cool because last time we saw Psycho Pirate was in Flashpoint Beyond.
He was in Flashpoint Beyond. You're right. He was.
And before that, he was in the Batman, Miracle Tamaki, Shadow of the Bat, series Detective Comics. He was in there. He was running from his the people. I guess. Anyway, so like I said, it's the third time I've seen him in a year. So I'm like, give me some more pirate.
Yeah. Remember when he was a big deal during Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Oh.
All right. Top 3. It's a good thing Breen's not here to see this.
As we get closer to your top number 1, I noticed that they're losing people.
Are we losing people?
We went to 14. We went down to 11. Now we gained 1 back.
Oh.
You're like, he's almost done.
I'm not. I guess I'm not. I'm not the ratings. Apparently, we have Fantastic Four. Does it say? Oh yeah, number 8. This is the big everybody that's ever been in a Fantastic Four ever cover.
Namor is shining bright in the middle.
Yeah, it's his shiny chest, his shiny wax chest. Hey, Trusty. Yeah, the Fantastic Four. They're all down here on the bottom.
Because Namor is the best. Wait. Is that Captain Marvel or is that Reed's sister?
Who are you talking about?
Standing next to Reed Richards on the cover.
Oh, that's probably his new sister.
Oh, there it goes. I like. Oh, it was a great cover, and then I see it's like,
Oh yeah, 1 little centimeter of space is gonna ruin the whole thing.
where's Vince Coletto when we need him?
I like it actually. I was looking through this and trying to see how many. Look, they have Pip the Troll. That's worse. Pip the Troll is a eyesore. Anyway,
It's awesome. He's in the Warlock Rebirth.
that does not help Warlock's case at all. No. Okay, so cool story going on here. I like what Ryan North and what Abanquillo, what they're doing with the different powers. So recently they made Mr. Fantastic stretchy powers a little bit more interesting, and now they're doing the same thing with Sue and Johnny, where Sue is making different shapes and different constructs with her force fields. Because they even say in the book she's only really ever done bubbles and platforms, and Johnny only ever really just flies and throws fireballs. So now they're getting to the point where like they're kind of almost taking like this Green Lantern approach,
brightest
trying
day
to make
and brightest night.
yeah, they're making like these different shapes and different constructs with their powers, which I thought was pretty cool. Johnny has actually got to the point, and nobody else is reading this book because y'all are all determined to be unhappy. So I'm just going to spoil it. Johnny Storm has got to the point where he can make a fire version, like he can control fire enough to where he can make like a human analog kind of, or like just a human made out of fire.
Yeah.
Kind of like Iceman does when he makes all his little ice stand-ins. Johnny Storm can now do now with fire, which is pretty cool. So they have another one of these little like one and done, although this is a two-parter. It's like a Twilight Zone episode where everybody in town starts forgetting people, and Sue and Alicia thinks it's weird, and so them and Johnny go find out what's going on. There's like this giant alien blob monster that mind controls people into serving it, and one of the side effects of that is that they forget about other people. They just drop out of memory. So it's this really cool Twilight Zone-y type of mystery that's really, really neat. I dig it.
When Trusty says, "What's up, Mrs. V?" I'm thinking like,
I think she's talking to Moran, or he's talking to Moran.
I know. That's what I mean. I'm like saying, "RDV, Mrs. V."
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, fun story so far. It's not Hickman's run by any stretch, which is a joke because Mr. Fantastic stretches. But it's good light reading. It's a good read, and Abanquillo's art is delightful. I really enjoy reading his art.
You should clobber yourself for that joke.
They do. Sue does. There's a joke where Sue takes one of Ben's lines. You know how like Ben will sometimes say, "What a revolting development."
Yes.
Sue says that is pretty funny. All right.
I think she did it in another issue of Fantastic
She's
Four.
She's probably done it several times. There's almost 800 issues or 700 issues of Fantastic Four.
I think it might have been a Life Story.
Yeah.
She's joking with Ben and she's
well, we're not going to count Life Story. Life Story is worse than any other.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not Mark Russell, but the Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man Life Story. Oh, okay.
Because I think they were involved there. I think they were.
Probably. I would imagine
was.
so. I would imagine.
I don't know.
All right. Number 2. Shocked that it's number 2.
I put that cover back. I almost got it. But I was
man. I couldn't. I had to get this one. I had to. The Michael Cho.
Yeah, not Frank Cho. It's Michael.
No, not Frank. Michael. Because his is kind of like it's kind of like a cross between Chris Samney and Jim Chung, I think, which I like both of those guys too.
The more I look at that, it kind of looks like the Last Frontier or New Frontier.
You know, it reminds me more of the Brave and the Bold cartoon.
Well, I was gonna say Brave and Bold, but I would say the Justice League Action.
I could see that with the colors, but like if I look at Jay, like the way Jay is, it reminds me of the Brave and the Bold show. But yeah, so you got 5 stories in here. And like I said, I was actually excited to read all 5 different stories. Not like most anthologies where I just pick out like 1 or 2. My favorite one's the Jeremy Adams one was probably my favorite one. Because that one was just really fun. All these low-rate villains talking about why you don't go to Central.
At first was dreading reading that book because I didn't know who was all the writers on there. I only looked Jeremy Adams on there. And I knew Cy Spurrier and Jeremy Adams. I didn't look at anybody else. I was expecting, Teenie Howard or some other person, or what's her name, Mariko Tamaki, writing a Flash book because she has one in the past.
Has she really?
Yeah, it was one of the online ones, digital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, none of that here. These are look.
Trusty, how do you finish a treadmill time if you have a cosmic treadmill?
That's funny. No, so you've got the Jeremy Adams story was good. I like the Mark Waid story, which is pretty much an impulse story. I like, and there's a fun little box that tells you where in continuity it happens. That I thought was pretty cool. The Joshua Williamson story was good. The Jeff Johns one, shockingly, was not I did not find satisfying. I thought it was weird. It felt out of place unless they have plans for this character down the road.
I agree with that. It was weird because it's the only one that didn't have a story about a happy story.
Yeah, and well, also it was just a character that hasn't appeared. Like all the other characters, Wally, Impulse, Barry, like they're all somewhat relevant. Hunter Zolomon hasn't been shown to be in anything.
Like I said, it gives them the reason to bring another speedster to go against Jay.
Maybe. Yeah, so I didn't, and then the artist, I didn't find the artist particularly good on the Jeff Johns story. Shocking, which is shocking because I praised Jeff Johns night and day. The Cy Spurrier story, by contrast, I was shocked. I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't find it to be dark or, cosmic horror-y like everyone was saying.
It kind of was.
It's my turn. Hold on. I know what you're going to say, but let me get my point across first.
Well, no, you don't, actually.
I could see like where it turns a little bit darker. There's stuff about him going through different dimensions and everything. But overall, I mean, I felt like he was very much trying to copy and emulate the style that Jeremy Adams had. He had jokes that he wrote in there for Wally, so it wasn't like a super serious book. It shows him going out for dinner with Linda, and he's he's doing all these different things, but still trying to be present at the date. The villain I thought was also interesting for that one story where it's like one of the replacement Mirror Masters. So it wasn't like this new Eldritch God cosmic horror thing that I know a lot of people talk about. So what I'm
going to say about this, there was about one bright page throughout the whole entire story. That was it. Bright colors. Everything else was dark background colors, kind of muddy, gray, stuff, gloomy.
It's okay. It was raining. It was at night. It could be dark. It's okay.
Where do you see the rain part? I don't remember.
I thought it was raining, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm getting my books mixed up. It was raining in another book that I read today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you see, just how dark it is in the restaurant. I can't really see here, but just the shading. Deodato is famous for this. Look at Absolution. It's the same kind of dark color palettes.
Deodato does do darker. I remember I read his his new Avengers run that he did with Bendis. He did a series of issues. I didn't mind though. I like Deodato's art style. So I mean that didn't really stand out to me.
But night and day, man. You see this, and then it's like, oh, what's in the back? Oh, let's go back. Let's go back to this.
I different creative teams, I think they should have some difference in tone to make them stand out. I do appreciate he said at the bottom that the Flash family will be returning in his run. He didn't just say Wally. They'll be the Flash family. So, and like I said, he did keep it somewhat light given the turn that I know a lot of people say Cy Spurrier is a different kind of writer, but he had Wally kind of just like cracking jokes and doing things, working his way through the problem scientifically, which I really like to read.
I won't be surprised if that book takes a huge dip in sales because people decide they want to read only one book. They want to read the one that Jeremy Adams is writing.
I mean, maybe, but look, I also think that a lot of people would do themselves a disservice if they don't at least check out the first issue. Like, look, I like Jeremy Adams just as much as you do, but I think also, we have to check our bias kind of at the door and just read through and give an unbiased opinion on it. My unbiased opinion is I thought this was decent.
That first issue, they only have a funeral.
No, I don't think he's dead. Not in Tom Taylor's run. I think it's a bait and switch or red herring, whatever term you want to use. But I like one Ryan North book, Ash.
That's the gateway drug. You do it once, you'll keep doing it. You get addicted, you'll read more.
No. See, Ryan North is the opposite of Jeremy. See, I'm reading Fantastic Four because of the title, not because of the writer.
Oh my gosh. She said he's oh my gosh, she said
he's not mid. He is not mid at all. He is above mid. He's a C plus. He's not a C. He's at least a C plus. Maybe a B minus. Okay. Depending on the book phase he's doing art for. All right, I did also pick up, now we're getting into the extras. I picked up this hardcover today. This is Agents of Atlas.
I'm not gonna prove it. I'm not lying, guys.
I'm not lying. It's hardcover. And according to Breen, this does exist because this is during Dark Reign at Marvel, so it falls under that 2012 deadline.
Yeah.
For the record, for 2023, Diodato is an A.
Oh, okay. There you go. So,
with all due respect to Ron, who knows infinitely more about art than I ever will, but we show art every week, and it's bad.
That's true. That's very true.
Now, pardon the interruption, as you were.
No, you're good. So I picked this up, Agents of Atlas, which I'm excited to read. I like the different look of the team. It just looks odd. I'm very much into the odd teams now, like Creature Commandos and things of that nature. So Jimmy Woo, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Agents of Atlas, Jimmy Woo, who is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., he leads this team. There's Gorilla Man, Marvel Boy, Namora, not Namorita, Venus, and the Human Robot. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to digging into this. And then I got the back issues. So, found out at my LCS, I had like $80-something of unused credit. And so I said, screw it. It's my birthday. I'm going to go crazy.
So as Rachel says, Venus rhymes with what?
Does Rachel say that?
Venus rhymes with what?
Oh, it rhymes with penis, 100%. Exactly. But does she really say that?
That Venus rhymes with penis? I don't know, but she says penis all the time.
She does say penis all the time. That is true. And now we say it more because she was the gateway drug to that.
But I'd like that team better. Wouldn't you agree, Brain, if it was Val Venus?
Val Venus? Like Velveeta cheese?
No, Val Venus. If you watch WWF wrestling, he was the guy. Hello, ladies. He was the porn star wrestler. He had to come out with a bath all the time. He was the guy.
Didn't he just die?
Val Venus? No. Iron Sheik that died.
Yeah, he had a porn star mustache.
No, I'm not. I said Val Venus.
Okay.
I didn't say Iron Sheik.
Okay. I don't know wrestlers.
Hello, ladies.
Well, now that just sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage. 3 minutes of playtime. All right. So I picked up these first couple of issues. These are going to be going to Englantine's auction. And I don't think that they're going to hit the floor. I picked up some Liberty Meadows.
Ooh. I saw some trades of that on sale at my
Some trades? Oh, man. I didn't see any trades. But I got...
I'll give mine when I'm there.
I got some Christmas issues.
They're half off.
There's another Christmas issue. And Frank Cho, man. With a cartoon cow and then her. So
he doesn't want to be built.
I also like these. They have like the newspaper comics on the back.
Yep.
Those are fun. I actually read. And then there's this one. There's a wedding album. So none of these better hit the floor, y'all.
Did Frank Cho? I gotta ask. Did Frank Cho? Did he self-insert himself as a little duck?
Oh my gosh! Is it? It does kind of look like him. There is a resemblance with the eyes, maybe. I don't know.
Little eyes.
Little foul eyes. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay.
That was a foul joke. Yeah.
All right, and then I picked up all these little back issues here. I'll just go through them. If somebody sees something that they like, you can point it out. But I got Justice League of America, where they go off against Jonah Hex and a bunch of the Western heroes.
I like the Native American on the right.
That is, he's not Native American. Who's that guy? He's white, but he was
Scalp Hunter.
Scalp Hunter. Yeah, I think that's Scalp Hunter. Did they even say?
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
It
They do at the
makes
top.
sense. That makes sense. That he reminded me of you.
Batlash, Cinnamon, Jonah Hex, and Scalp Hunter. Cinnamon is actually Hawk Girl, one of Hawk Girl's incarnations. Cinnamon. Like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Like Mike Tyson. Cinnamon.
Also picked up this Justice League America.
He's survived a bunch of women and he's screaming.
Blue Beetle's doing that face that a lot of the male feminists do in their profile pictures on Twitter. But I don't have this issue. So
Was he gay in that issue?
I hope not. He's surrounded by all those women. I hope
exactly.
not. I also found this one. I've been wanting to find.
You know
more
why
of
he's
these.
making that face, right?
Why is that?
He's finally got all these beautiful women around, and none of them will stop talking.
So this is issue 0 of Grant Morrison's Seven Soldiers of Victory. I know there are a bunch of miniseries that he wrote. This is like, I guess it's the start of them all.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, hopefully.
And avoid
I think this is before he went cuckoo.
Well, we can tell because there's a kind of Reeves Constantine ad on the back.
Oh yeah, Constantine the video game.
Yeah.
And now we get to some of the good stuff. We got some old Fantastic Four, where Namor's attacking the city with a giant whale monster. I think it's Giganto. I'm not sure, but that's cool.
It's Giganto.
We got a She-Hulk, Fantastic Four, which I'm slowly but surely building up my collection of this run.
Sure, with both hands.
Got one with a Nihilist right here. That's $290. And then one of these, not this one. There's one with the Thing going suicidal, I guess, not wanting to be saved. And then this one, was it you that put this in the Sports Ball chat? Somebody put this issue in Sports Ball chat. And I was like, I just picked this up.
Wasn't me, but it might have been.
It might have been Jay. But yeah, Spider-Man guest star. So those are my Fantastic Fours. And then I found some of the later issues of New Warriors.
Nice. We had Ben on the team.
Yeah, Scarlet Spider and Speedball.
And it looks like Firestar.
Firestar too, yeah. And then there's
that's right before the whole actually is it after the no it's before Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, this would have been mid 90s maybe. No, this isn't even 90s. This is no, that's the issue number.
Yeah, it's
like
about
69.
96 or 7.
Yeah, 96 or 97.
It's mid 90s.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Haha.
There's he's actually in the Spider-Man costume in that one.
Well, yeah. And then I like the only good thing to come out of the whole Ben Riley thing is we got a semi-decent character. At the time people didn't like it because we're gonna reveal that Peter was Ben the whole entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But the impact bullet, the different webbing he had. That was very creative.
Yeah. This one I like because Night Thrasher and Namorita are on the cover of that one. That's cool.
But I don't think they ever use the impact webbing anymore. Only in video games.
In the video games, they use it a lot, yeah. I haven't. I mean, I don't read Spider-Man, so I don't know what he uses anymore.
Well, I haven't read Spider-Man since he took off his mask.
So they relaunched it, Marvel and their Infinite, just like they always do today. They relaunched New Warriors with a new number 1. You still have Namorita and Speedball, but then you had several other new members join the team.
I forgot all about that series. Couldn't have lasted long.
It was Farber, Scott, and Wong. I wonder if that's Alyssa Wong.
Jay Faber's good. He's a good writer.
He's a good writer?
Yes.
So, yeah, issue number 2, there's a traitor in the ranks. Yeah, I had never picked up the second run of New Warriors. There's one with Human Torch. This one has a lot of guest stars in it that you'll see.
See, now that's why when we talk about Civil War, I always point out that there's this one of the issues. Johnny Storm is making fun of the people that were killed in Stamford for being a bunch of C-listers.
Yeah.
When one of them had been his girlfriend like a year ago.
Right. Here's the one that Maranya will like.
Oh,
look at that old school Iron Man costume.
That's evil Iron Man, isn't it?
Is it
Or no.
Evil Extremis? Extremis?
No, I'm
Looks
thinking
more like Waffle Head.
there was one from an alternate universe. Tony was the last one survived, and he became like a dictator. He fled to our Earth, or 616 at the time.
This is the best Hercules costume, by the way. Just putting that out
Ash
there.
said he's no Ryan North.
Ash is being facetious. You know, he's been talking all this about this Brubaker book, and he still hasn't given us the title of it.
It's Friday.
But
it's the book that it's the young adult.
Oh, okay.
It's Thursday, old man. Jeez. No.
And then there's Nova.
I get
this title is about 20 or 30 years too early because you demanded it. The real Nova is back. Like, no, we were demanding it when it was Sam Alexander.
No, so I gotta say, Ash is correct. He is no Ryan North. He's better than Ryan North.
Have you read his stuff?
Always.
Who? Not Brubaker. He's not talking. I don't think he's talking about Brubaker. I think he's talking about Jay Faerber.
Faber's better than Ryan North too.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan North is writing a decent Fantastic Four.
That's it. Yeah, if you look up his body of work, he's done some good stuff.
Okay, cool.
He did Noble Causes at Image. And that series has gone down the memory hole, but it was very good.
Okay, cool.
Marge says she does not like the armor because it doesn't have a nose.
That's true. She says that a lot.
She likes the noses.
The best part is when you get the Iron Man nose and then you get the Gil Kane shot.
Oh, those were glorious.
Yes.
Oh gosh, Gil Kane.
Gil Kane would put noses on skeletons.
He wrote some Titans stuff. Okay. Cool. I'll have to go through his bibliography more. But that is all the books that I have. That's a mountain of them, but I went kind of crazy. It is my birthday, so I'm allowed.
Bidding starts, but Marnia says go.
No, I mean you can bid on the Liberty Meadows, but only after E has them on his.
I was talking about everything behind you.
These are sad.
You keep the ones on the wall. We don't want those.
Good because I'm definitely.
I want the JSA.
Nope, I'm still on the hunt for the first omnibus. That's what I told my brother.
You're gonna be on a hunt for a while.
No, I know where they are. The problem is just finding one at a decent price.
I said you're gonna hunt for a while.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
If I can get them for like less than $100,
less than 100 would be ideal. But right now, like the lowest cost for Volume 1, the lowest I've seen, I think, is like 110. I haven't looked recently though.
Like I said, I would love to do like I'd pay $70 for it if I had to reach them.
Pay $70 for an omnibus?
Yeah, if they're on in stock trades.
Oh yeah, no, that was the first place I looked. They don't have it. Actually, there is
two back issues this time.
There is one for $99.
Yes.
Oh, he has 2 back issues.
Yes.
Okay. Well, why am I still the big? Oh, good. I'm not. Okay.
Well, since at my store, a lot of people need to be spit on because they do not want to be cool. So I had to rescue Volume 11.
Look
how big that monitor is in the.
Jeez.
You can see the reflection of your monitor now, Brain.
And number 11 of Creepy.
Nice. Oh, I did get. Where'd it go? What did I do with it? I did get something else.
It's like the customers at our store are just like wall to wall Zacks now.
So they're useless.
They don't want to be cool.
I did get my books from E's auction came in, so I got this giant thing of back issue.
Nice.
With the Justice Society on it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I like that artist too. I got to find out who the artist is because I like this issue or that
Hold it up
picture
again.
in particular. I thought it was
it's just Dayton.
Is it Satan? Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. So.
Oh yeah, and so tomorrow I haven't really decided what we're gonna do. If we're gonna do a retrospective, we haven't really talked about it. But tomorrow we have 2 readings. One of them is giant size.
The Red
Arna-
Skull?
No, it's the Watcher.
It looks like... He's red.
I don't know why he's red, but that's the way they colored him back then. He's a communist.
That's so weird.
This is Giant Size. That's 4. Issue number 2 is a 68-page basic book, but don't worry. The one we're reading is only 30 pages. That's the first story. The other one, I believe, is a reprint of issue number 13 of Fantastic Four. If I'm correct.
Well, I thought we were reading 176 second.
Yeah, that's
That's not a reprint.
No, I'm talking about this book right now.
No,
The one that's on the screen is a reprint of 13 in the back.
Okay, but we're only reading the main story, right?
Yes, and then we're going here. We're going back to the bullpen. Yes, the Impossible Man. Ooh, he is back. But we've never read him on the channel.
Okay, can you name the 4 people in that panel?
That is okay. I'll let Zach go first because I know it is. But no reading who.
One's
Jack.
Stan and one's Jack.
So, all right.
I don't know who the guy in the green shirt is, and I don't know the blonde in the back.
So
I would assume Stan Lee's wife, but I think I'm wrong.
without reading.
That's Roy Thomas.
Roy, yeah,
Oh, yikes! Sorry.
And that's George Perez.
yeah.
Because he was on art on the book.
Oh.
George is on the left, and then
Okay.
we have Stan.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
there's Joe Sinat, and then Jack Kirby.
No, that's Roy Thomas.
Interesting.
No, because you look at him. If you actually look at the font where he's reading, it says,
I know what he's saying.
Yeah, he's talking about Joe Sinat waiting for pages.
I promise you that is Roy Thomas.
He says, "Really, Stan? We've been tracking because she was on. Says the FF was out of town. I was out of town too, George.
Yeah, it is emergency. Jolt and Joe Sinat is waiting for pages right now. I don't think he's referring to himself in the third person, especially looking exactly like Roy Thomas.
Yeah, and Stan Lee does.
Oh, that's supposed to be Roy Thomas. Oh, the guy in the back.
Yeah, the guy in the back is Roy.
Oh,
Yeah, Roy Thomas. Because I was going to make a joke about it. Look, because I said,
I thought it was Tom Petty
in the background. Is
yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him maybe if he talked about stuff in the third person.
no, that's Roy. If you see the picture of him, that's pretty good. That's the best likeness of the 4.
Yeah. Maurice Severin also makes appearance in this too as well. And I think the other one has a speaking role in there. I'm trying to remember. What's his name? He shows up. He's the big guy.
That's
Report?
right, Ash. So if you ever show up on my door, I'll know.
If he ever shows up at your door, I'll be surprised that they let him out of California.
Lots of people get out of
He
California.
is invaluable worker. They need him there to work.
Yeah, Moranya, that was probably right before Jeannie gave him the gate.
Yeah. Airman 72 has Roy and Jeannie Thomas. Nice.
Very cool.
I think they do make a reference in one of these books to the last time they had a bullpen meeting or crossover event. But anyway, though, those are at the first one. Giant Size. You want to say X all time? Giant Size Fantastic Four. Number 2 is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. And that'd be 5:15 p.m. Pacific for Ash if he wants to show up. Then later on at 9:30 Eastern, as we just pointed out, FF 176. It's gonna be fun. We'll actually get to see Stan Lee voicing Stan Lee. Yeah, so Trusty, please show up tomorrow. Zach said he's going to be here for the second reading.
I'm gonna try to. My brother wants to take me to go see Spider-Verse because I didn't get to go see it last week for my birthday. So, but he gets off work at 5 and takes him an hour to get home. So we're gonna go see Spider-Verse tomorrow night.
Should have saw it last night.
I couldn't see it last night. I had church last night.
I think you're taking a little bit too much advantage of the fact that we're only billed as and friends. If you were getting name recognition, this would be intolerable and unacceptable.
We've lost 6 viewers since I've been on screen. You had 14, now you're down to 8. I don't think I'm Mr. Money.
I will say this. You guys do get billed every week in the description down below on YouTube.
Yeah, but who clicks on the description?
The
The only description I ever click on is E's, so I can get a link to the Ko-Fi.
Fine. Since you don't feel that's even good enough for you, your name and Twitter link is being removed from the description. You do not exist from this channel.
Well, I mean, it wasn't getting me a whole lot of new followers. I mean, so it's like, what do I lose? My Twitter name is in my little headline right here.
I'll just say the reason that you're not getting followers on Twitter is because you're harassing everybody.
I'm not harassing nobody.
Every time I get a notification, Zach is replying to somebody, and you know.
Why are you blocked?
Why are you getting? Oh, I don't know. That's the weird thing. I don't know why I'm blocked by him. I've never had a beef with the guy. He just blocked me one day.
Speaking of, did you hear about the woman writing Hawk Girl?
She's got a really weird name, but yeah.
Trans
the guy that Tim Board,
is she trans? I didn't know that.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is she? I don't know.
If not, holy crap! Does she need to get a new set of makeup?
What about her?
Tim Board is the Hawk World Twitter site where I think he's been on E's channel or he's been on West's. I can't remember. He's the biggest Hawkman fan in the world.
Okay.
Promotes everything up, down one side and down the other. He's blocked by this person with no credits that I know of. So I just out of curiosity, I looked. I'm blocked. So apparently she ran
a blockchain, probably
a massive blockchain.
Gotcha.
I was thinking,
what is it?
Wouldn't you? Just out of curiosity, I looked. I'm still blocked by Al Ewing too. But
I have my 2 Twitter accounts. One was suspended for so long. I'm not blocked by as many people. I'm still blocked by EVS on one of them. I'm blocked by Mark Wade on one of them. Gail Simone blocked me, then she unblocked me, and then she blocked me again.
So I am blocked by Alan Ewing, but who cares? He says Alan Ewing has left on his Twitter, so you don't have to worry about it. He says he's left.
He left. He's one of those guys that left Twitter after Elon Musk took over, or the blue check mark lost its.
But I really don't care.
He is. God, what a. Well, I'm not gonna say what he is.
What is her name? What is this woman? I'll look it up.
Jerzinga or not Jenica, but it's something. Hang on, I'll type it in. I was looking up
Jerzinga.
Just type in "canceled in 7 issues." It'll take you right to her.
Is it a G or a J?
It's a J. Yeah, for all the good stuff DC has got going on right now, that seems like a misfire.
Well, like I said, there's a civil war at DC. I'm absolutely convinced of that. And because, like I said, because for everything good they do, there's this.
Yeah, right.
The Tim Scott series is dead on arrival, or the Alan Scott series is dead on arrival.
Well, let's see. Jerry Ordway hasn't blocked me on my main Twitter.
The Sandman series is probably dead on arrival because of the art.
I think it'll be okay. It's Robert Venditti writing. I mean, not E. Venkman. It's not Jazinga. It's almost Jadzia. Jadzia. And the last name is Axelrod.
Is it DZIA Moon?
No, it's Axelrod.
Jadzia
Axelrod.
Yeah,
not blocked.
What's that?
You're blocked?
Not
blocked. Oh, he escaped.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's interesting. I wonder what Shane would get me, Tim Bohr, but not Venkman. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
I'm saved by the porn stars I follow. I don't know.
Yeah, and speaking of, they're not even sending pictures anymore. And these porn
it's lazy. They've gotten lazy. The bots are lazy. Yeah.
I really thought this was a man.
That's what's writing Hawk Girl, right?
It's
Yep.
not. I'm
Good
not
Lord.
unconvinced. I'm not unconvinced. But,
Lovely
Are you
young
sure that? Are you
woman.
sure that's not Charlie Jane Enders?
I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe because I don't bash like Tim Drake on my channel. I don't know,
I don't. I don't bash anybody on Twitter.
or I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe she blocked Wes, and that blocked you. Because you guys
Well,
follow
like I
Wes.
said, Tim Board is apolitical, or Tim Board, whatever his name is. He is, like I said, completely apolitical, and that's not a smart move because he does have a little bit of reach, and he goes, "I don't think I'm going to promote this book," and he promotes anything to do with the Hawk.
Interesting.
Jazz, yeah, I says I was a trans kid, didn't you? All right.
Also, so she is a trans.
Yeah, I used to be a guy.
Ah,
I'm glad that's the hallmark of a great writer, I guess.
yeah. All you gotta do is have the right origin story, and you can get a fan favorite character to write.
The more I look at the photos of this person, I keep seeing that general. That's the United States, the one that's wearing skirts now, where he has the long blonde hair.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about for a great low rate you can get online. Come to the general and save some time.
Oh, Breen, you know what I saw? I thought about you at my LCS the other day. They had a big old collection of Parker Girls, or it might not have been Parker Girls, but it was like a Terry Moore collection. I was like,
Strangers in Paradise.
might have been Strangers in Paradise. It might have been that one. I was
Yeah,
like,
that lasted
yeah,
for
Breen's talked
years.
about this. So I saw that. I thought, oh.
Oh, people are
he's
asking.
buying it, but-
People want Hickman and Pepe the Roz to do Spider-Man. They want them as a creative team.
Hickman's got that new Ultimate line coming out, the new Marvel Ultimate Universe.
Yep.
I'm really excited for that. The more they tease that, the more excited I get.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that information, Maranya. But
And
Hawkgirl is dead. It's dead from issue 1.
So can I make a suggestion for Hickman's Ultimate run? I want to have Kamala Khan holding Peter Parker's body. Revenge.
Why? Kamala
He
Khan
died-
doesn't exist in the
He
Ultimate
randomly
Universe.
dies in her arms because that's as much sense that everything makes.
Hickman's not going to have anything like that. Hickman is a quality writer. It's going to have some convoluted sci-fi stuff to it, but it's going to be good.
God, can you imagine? I remember how many people Hickman put in the Avengers. Can you imagine how many Spider characters there'd be in a Hickman run?
All I know is that he really just called him Bid Man. I saw that, Brain. Little hand. Like I said, all depends what's gonna go on. It can't be worse than the original Ultimates.
The original Ultimates was pretty good.
It's really dark.
It was good up until Ultimates 3 was where it went off the rails.
Was that before or after the Blob ate Jan?
No, that was after. That was Ultimate. That was Ultimatum. That was what was supposed. I guess it was supposed to be the end of the Ultimate Universe.
Hawkeye
Limped on afterwards.
was an evil prick.
No, Hawkeye wasn't evil. He turned into one after his family got killed. Yeah, he had the Punisher story basically.
He wasn't Ronin, but he had the face mask.
That was Ultimates 3. That was 3 when that happened.
Well, I guess
that was also the one where
I'll take
Scarlet
it
Witch
back.
and Quicksilver were having a romantic relationship.
When I tuned in a little bit, I did to Ultimates. All I saw was like Captain America was a dick, Thor was a dick, Iron Man was a drunk but still a dick, sleeping with
well, that's Iron
Black Widow.
That's Iron
and then
Man.
he kills
though.
Black Widow. Sorry, spoilers for anybody who hasn't read this yet, but
Captain America wasn't a dick. He was protective of Jan because they took the Hank abusing Jan thing to 11.
So I'll just say one more thing about the whole thing. What's really dumb about Marvel is that the fact that they ignored an Ultimate Spider-Woman, who was their first trans character.
Yeah,
Peter Parker's clone, female clone.
That's right.
It had all Peter's memories, including liking Mary Jane, being a guy and loving Kitty Pryde, and they decided to basically never use that character again.
The great one, by the way, Mark Millar. So great story, by the way. And then
I thought Breed's gonna show up. This is
No. So it's funny how if we like somebody, the leeway we'll give them. If 2020 Brian Michael Bendis did a story about a brother and sister sleeping together, we'd be whatever comes 5 levels after outraged.
I'm still grossed out by that. And
Well, I am too. But some people gave it a pass because it's Mark Miller.
No, Miller didn't do Ultimates 3. Ultimates 3 was the one where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver
Who was writing that one?
Ultimates 3 was Joe
Warren Ellis by then, or-
No,
Joe
it was
Casey?
no, it was Jeff Loeb.
Oh, well, then whatever I said about Mark Miller, apologize, Mark Miller. Put it on Jeff Loeb.
I was already
good
pissed at Jeff
God.
Loeb this week. I just remembered he wrote this. I was already angry at Jeff Loeb for some other stuff he did.
Speaking of Mark Millar, or Miller, wherever you want to pronounce it, over on Ash's Discord tonight, we'll be reviewing the Magic Order, the first 6 issues. It was Zach's choice. He said, you know what? Let's read this. It's got some cheesecake in there for Venkman, and it's also got some magic, And it's also, I
Does it have
guess,
cheesecake?
it
I guess
did.
it has some. I guess it had some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask, that show, did it ever become a TV show?
What?
Was it called The Order or The Magicians? Because I've seen both.
It was Magicians was a sci-fi show,
Yeah.
but the
Okay.
Magic Order was created by Mark Millar back in
Right,
2018.
Millerverse. Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered I guess some people were saying they were supposed to be given a green light to be a TV show, but I don't think it ever came true.
I
Probably
don't
not.
know if
Well, I
it's in,
think what
it's in the
probably
it was in the
happened-
works and then they stopped and now I think it's back in the works.
So I think what happened was they were going to make it, but then they had to make another $10 million payment to the Obamas for the content they're not creating for them. So that held it up. And then there was those payments to Zelensky. So they might not have money in the budget to do Magic Order for a while.
Well, I know they have what was it, American Jesus, one of Miller's miniseries. That got turned into a
Jupiter,
Netflix
right?
show.
Or whatever is it? Jupiter.
Jupiter's
Rising?
Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy was one. I think they did an animated spinoff of that too, where it was like the villains of Jupiter's Legacy. That was a cartoon.
I don't know why, but I thought it was Jupiter Rising. Is that a different movie?
Jupiter's Rising is one of the comics. I think there's
Isn't
One
that
of
the
them series for 1 year.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that? Or am I thinking of what was
What
it?
did you say? Jupiter's what?
Jupiter Rising. Isn't
No,
that
You're thinking of Jupiter Ascending with Channing Tatum or Mila Kunis? Yeah. You're thinking of Jupiter Ascending. Yeah. God, I remember that movie for a
Magic
second.
Mike in Space? John Carter.
Mila Kunis in space. Oof.
Mila Kuna not in space.
Mila Kunis. and
Mila Kunis
Malcolm
anywhere.
and Black Swan.
Oh. So,
I'll be right back.
yeah.
You
We'll
need a
see y'all on
moment?
Ash's Discord.
I had to look it up for research to know what you got to talk about. I have to watch
watched
every
every-
single filthy minute.
I watched every disgusting frame of it twice.
Ash's-
thing is, do you know what that's from?
I've heard it. I've heard you or E say it several times.
Well, I'll give you hints.
It's Porky's.
Oh, okay.
Porky's. Oh my gosh. Let's just look at the Porky's. The best scene for I laughed so hard is when that lady comes in there and she's like, I know what he looks like downstairs. I want to bring all his men in. I need to examine their dicks, identify the culprit. And the guy's just kind of sitting there. And he's like, we can't do that. He's like, I don't. It's just like so many laws you can.
God, Porky's. You couldn't even start a rumor about making that today.
Passengers is a really good movie though. I like
Is that the one with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, that was a decent movie. This one was more serious ones. For
I would have
Chris
loved it if it been like The Shining in space because they had the bartender.
Pratt.
But was it better than? Well, better than Guardians 3? Oh, but Passenger,
Ash,
no.
he said no. Ash was talking about Jupiter Ascending versus Marvel comics. I thought he meant Marvel movies. So I apologize, Ash.
Oh, good
Misunderstood.
Schumer's blaming it on the swamp climate change.
The
Well,
only
they
good
were
thing,
already doing that.
the only good
But
thing,
the smoke in New York, the
Yeah.
smog or whatever. Oh. Los Angeles has had smog for years. New York.
the
can
only
have a
good
little
thing that
smog.
comes from that is the people who are still in there voting for all those people can they can breathe heavily into the smoke.
They're gonna use this fire to make more bullshit laws, and nobody they can't do anything about it.
Who cares?
They all
Fire-
voted for him.
They
It
could
was
be the-
like.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this: if it didn't happen in New York, you don't hear about it in the news. We've had all the smoke.
Well, the fires are
Montana,
all.
all the way down to Michigan.
The fires are all in Canada.
Yeah, but nobody's reporting them unless it says, "Oh, New York is like this," but no one reports
oh.
anywhere else because New York.
Oh no!
is-
Shoot,
and
no.
California is the main. Yeah.
Every other year, half Louisiana gets put underwater because of a flood, and it never makes national news. The 2016 flood, I'm convinced nobody outside of Louisiana knows Baton Rouge flooded in 2016.
Yeah.
One guy clogs a toilet. in the whole
Yesterday.
thing.
Huh?
Yesterday, someone said, this was a representative. Imagine being a Republican climate change denier in Congress. You show up to work at the Capitol today, see the skies filled with smoke, and you still don't get that we need bold and immediate action to save our planet. Ridiculous. And that's where you do so. Is anybody want to tell her?
People start fires. Nature doesn't start fires.
What
Jeez.
nature does, lightning strikes does.
Whoa, lightning strikes. Yeah.
It's God saying, "You
God
are now
saying,
gone."
You're pissing me off. So,
Oh my God. USA Today is wondering if climate change is to blame.
of course they. Oh, that's
Yeah, I blame Greta. She didn't do anything. I'll talk.
Wait do you see what comes of this, though? Wait do you see what gets banned? I don't know. They probably haven't even thought of it.
Well, you will see this. There's gonna be a lot of more cancer patients smoking and breathing all the air, that forest fire stuff.
Oh,
I don't know. Like I said,
people didn't come to listen to me bitch about politics.
now I'll just say this. Oh, Canada makes sense. Well,
Oh, Canada, indeed.
it's they got the Mounties out there. They're fine. They'll be fine. Don't worry. They got a lot of snow up there too. They can use it to put out the fires.
Rhaegar said, "Are you guys familiar with the Noah Get the Boat? Is that anything like Devon Get the Tables?"
Which Devon get the tape? Noah get the boat is like get ready because God's about to wipe out these people for their debauchery.
See, you got the Bible inference, but you missed the wrestling one.
I missed
the
that.
Bible.
Devon!
Kind of explains our priorities, doesn't it?
I still love testify.
Beckman, get the tables.
He points the table and goes, "What's up?" When they jump off the ropes. I'll just say when they power bomb Mae Young, who's like in her mid to late.
Yeah,
Late 80s
she was in her
for
70s
table.
at the time.
Well, was she? She looked like
If she was, I mean, if not, early 80s.
wow, it's awesome, you know. But I haven't heard anything from MK. I know MK is over in New York. I hope that he's okay.
No, he's MK.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, America has never sent any garbage or pollution in Canada's direction. No, because they won't leave.
Look, you sent us Justin Bieber.
Yeah, well, they also gave us Ryan Reynolds, so
And they can fill in.
and
And
Nathan-
I think Christian,
Brendan Fraser, I think,
maybe.
also
Christian,
hockey. Wayne Gretzky,
Yeah.
hockey.
Mike Myers,
Wolverine,
Dana Carvey, I believe.
Martin Short.
Excuse me. Don't mention fictional characters. Martin Short's not real.
Come on, of course he's real. He's the father of the bride. Now, darling, this is Navi Blue.
things you do for attention.
I love that. I don't know why my dad loves
I will
that
just
movie,
say
so-
this: if the one you want to watch the probably the funniest opening monologue Saturday Night Live's had in a long time is the one with Steve Martin and Martin Short host, and they said like, you know what, I wrote. It was like Steve Martin's like, you know, I wrote a thing because you never know, we're getting up in age, you never know when he's gonna die, so I have this whole eulogy speech. He's like, you know, Marsh, it's the same thing. I have a eulogy speech. And they basically write. They just go back and forth insulting him, basically what they're pretending eulogy for each one's funeral, big funeral. It is hilarious.
Hey, Vank,
Yeah.
who is Astrobot's fandom?
That's Jay, I think. I think it's
Yeah.
Jay Lucian.
Is that Jay Lucian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Jay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Jim for some reason, so I saw them both next to each other on,
No, they're just hanging out together a lot.
Okay. Because I told Jay he needs to come on an auction, talk sports ball with me and LK to,
We
Right.
need it.
yeah.
I keep telling you guys, we need at least 2 more Jays and Pix will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, did you get that? You look kind of.
I got it. I got it. No, I got it.
Because Pixel likes the J's and you like the K's. See, that's how that. Yeah. See what we.
Maybe we get started on getting both. JK.
Rowling?
Wow, we can't be that. You know, we can't have her on the show.
This is farmers.
Da, 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 da.
You know what? I'm just from now on. I'm just gonna get the J.K. Simmons laughing gif. All right, kid.
You're serious?
Yeah. No. Well,
And that's what he does after he laughs maniacally. He's like,
No.
"You're serious?"
it's been a while since I watched that movie, Spider-Man 2.
Well, it's if you've watched any of Yellow Flash's 2,000 videos, you've seen it about 1,800 times.
Wow.
That's why I know for that. That's his go-to line for when someone does something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jordan Peterson is the greatest gift Canna ever gave us. I still like to say Ed and Christian.
I'm sorry, Celine Dion.
True Celine Dion. Yeah, she's got a voice. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, but then you know who else Canada gave us? Seth Rogen.
I'll take the fires.
They also, but they did give us Keanu Reeves too.
Whoa.
So, you know,
How
You
about,
think
how about if we get Keanu to take out Seth?
Do you think they're playing the song "We Didn't Start the Fire" in Canada right now?
probably not in a jokey way. If SNL had any balls at
So-
all, they would play that tomorrow
I gotta give Canada
or
props.
Friday or Saturday.
Well,
Canada,
their season's over.
I gotta
Oh,
give
is
Canada,
it? Oh,
I gotta give Canada props. The real Canadians are not concerned about the fire. They're at the pubs drinking.
that's like the real. That's like the real Louisianians. The real Cajuns were out on Bourbon Street drinking right before
They're-
Katrina hit.
When there's a flood, they're on their fan boats. They don't care. They have houseboats.
Some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them don't and get eaten by alligators. But yeah,
Wow.
that actually happens down here. People do get eaten by alligators after floods.
Have you seen
It's-
the video of the guy
nuts.
who goes up to the alligator and he comes up and he pets it on the boat and then gets pizza?
Yeah. That. He's a braver man than me. I ain't doing that.
I'm like Trevor from Swamp was it Swamp Man?
Swamp people? Or
Yeah, swamp
men?
people.
Yeah.
Shoot the gator, shoot it.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
Actually, isn't Bill Hader also Canadian?
I wouldn't surprise me.
I didn't realize that he was actually working with Trey Parker and Matt Stone on South Park. He was on there doing a lot of the voices. So
Oh, okay.
one of the that's another show I haven't watched was Bill. What's it called? Is it the one he has Bob? Barry. That's what it is, Barry. I always wanted to try that show out because it can't be. I imagine it can't be that bad.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
All right, so there is one more Well, I guess he's an actor. He used to be a comedian. He used to be funny. He was a fire marshal, like in the 90s. He's from Canada.
Dennis Leary?
No.
Oh.
No. But Dennis Leary is cool. The guy I'm talking about, well, he's just dumb. Might be a little bit dumber. I'm not sure. But that's your hint right there if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah, he is Canadian.
Yes.
I saw recently someone was saying that he converted to Christianity recently. I'm not sure.
I don't know if I'm just not sure that wasn't a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems really heartfelt and emotional for Jim Carrey.
He's an actor.
I know, but he's a funny guy actor.
He's also done drama. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if
the most emotional thing I've seen him do is The Grinch, when his heart grows 3 sizes.
I would say this for Jim Carrey. If he wasn't so much of a self-entitled douche like he appears to be, apparently, he would still be Renee Zellweger. Or even if that didn't work out, he'd still have Jenny McCarthy.
Didn't Jenny McCarthy die?
No.
Yeah, so I better tell her.
No.
Okay.
She's married to Mark Wahlberg. They've been married for like the past 5 or 6 years.
Mark Wahlberg? Oh, okay.
Not Mark Wahlberg. No, his older brother.
Okay.
Donnie.
Okay.
Jim Carrey is our age, Eric.
He did retire. I know he did retire because a lot of people were bummed his last movie was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's like, I want to see him back for 3.
There is talk for another Dumb and Dumber movie, though.
But he retired from acting, though, he said.
Who knows?
Didn't he already do a Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think we've been going on for too long and given everybody who needs to read the book for tonight. The 6 issues, enough time to read it.
We've dilly-dallied enough. If you haven't read it by now,
you should be refreshed. All right, kids. I hope you had fun. We will see you tomorrow for those 2 awesome readings. And then possibly for Sunday, I was thinking, let's read something really, really cool. Something that we've been craving in Marvel for such a long time. And I think we're gonna read Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21. For Sunday. At least I want to.
At the wedding?
Yes. Probably one of the best single issues I've read in a while for Spider-Man. It just so captures the characters correctly.
I don't care. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Yep. There is no Sue in there, though. But people find, though. We'll find you a role. Maybe. And you know what the best thing about Spider-Man 21 or Annual 21? Jonah is nice to Peter Parker. They give him a bonus check, and like, if I'm Robbie, you're Joe Robinson, here you go. Is everybody here? We thought you deserve this for the help pay for the wedding. Jonah walks in. Peter says, "Oh, no. Hey, Jonah, I see your money. I know they didn't tell me either. Is you want this?" Jonah's like, "It's fine, Parker." Parker Lee says, he goes over to basically who's supposed to be the fill-in for Miss Brandt, whatever, and says, make sure you deduct it from everybody here. I don't want to actually take the money out of someone who didn't show up to this little party.
So he's not really nice. He's just pretending to be nice.
Well, he is nice to Parker because they get the money. He's gonna deduct it from their paychecks for the next week.
Yeah, so
he's the money gave away.
So yeah, instead of being a dick to one person, he's a dick to 20 people.
His heart grew one size.
Right. It shrunk down 20 and then went back 1. Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's the thing where I give you a little shilling right here. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Interaction helps this channel out. I appreciate everyone in here who's been here. In the chat, Rhaegar, Maranya, Ash, Zach, thank you for being here, showing up this week. I know you're busy. We also had Mark McGrath showed up. Love your band. Sugar Ray's awesome. Rhaegar, thank you for being here. Who else? Glinzer showed up tonight too.
Oh, nice.
He said the open line seemed better suited to several limited series. And I believe, I think there was one more person. I did Quinn, trusty sidekick. And I think that's it. I didn't see anybody else. Anyway, Jay did pop up in here. Yeah. Eva Black Cat, great to see you too. All right, kids. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to be over. At least Zach and I are going to go over. We're going to talk about the first 6 issues of Volume 1 of the Magic Order, Mark Millar's book, 2018. Stop by if you want to listen in, I guess, or maybe you want to read the book. Or guys, next because we go every 2 weeks we meet on Thursday night.
Yeah, but we haven't discussed what the next book will be.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
So if you want to be a part of that, let us know for future readings. But also, Ko-Fi link, go to cross-streamer there, ko-fi.com/PopTeam. For the Marvel and the reading apps, which we that dear little Pixel pays for all by himself. Then also it pays for StreamYard, which is a monthly fee. And those who donate money, at least $1, because you have to for a Ko-Fi, you can't do anything less.
Right.
You are eligible to choose our next reading. But it has to be a Marvel and a DC. And it has to be available on the Marvel DC reading app. So, that being said, those who actually already have donated, you are welcome to ask. I don't want to exclude anybody because I know we had Trusty had recently donated. I believe Glinzer, and I believe, I'm not sure if Rhaegar did or not, but I know there was at least one other person. So, a little incentive, and we actually will read it. We will not pour it down on a whiteboard and forget about it.
That's a jab at somebody I know.
We don't believe in the jab. Sorry.
Don't believe in jabs?
No,
You
only
just
the
don't-
jab.
Oh, I thought you were like, no jabs. Well, what about like karate chops?
I am never going to criticize Englantine's 40-minute goodbyes again.
You know what? Just for that, Breen, we're never leaving. I'm just going to sit here.
Forget that. I gotta go brew some coffee or something.
All right. I got to go put out a fire.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
Yeah, you should.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, kids.
Good night, Gracie.
Remember, kids, only you can start forest fires. This is not Canada.
It just helps to be Canadian.